Hello, everybody, and welcome to Behind the Curtain Week 7, I think it is. It's a series where every week I go ahead, talk about my week, and a topic and theme that was running throughout it. So normally I kind of start by talking about my week, which is kind of a hard one to do this week, because despite it being like festive season and everybody's off, there's not really not much going on, but we'll talk about Christmas and stuff like that. It's basically going to be the running theme for this week as well. TLDR, I'm in a very bad mood in the moment we're recording this, so hopefully things don't go wrong. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, I'm a little heated right now. But I gotta be on the grind. I gotta get this out. So that is what I'm doing right now. So I guess the main thing is I just kind of skipped Christmas. Not really much happened between the last week and this and Christmas, so might as well go for that. They kind of say that as you get older, Christmas becomes less and less special, and boy, do I agree with that sentiment. Christmas is one of those things where I remember like always being so excited for it. Not being able to sleep the night before, and just that special festive feeling, of just like everybody being around, opening presents. The fact it was the holidays, just felt special. And well, I expected it to be this way, but yeah, this year it was none of that. Christmas itself is just like, I don't know. I've had conversations with people, and they're just like, when you get older, you're just never going to have that same satisfaction, the same enjoyment, that same wonder that you did have for Christmas or anything like that. But I just can't help but feel like upset kind of about how everything pans out. Basically, Christmas Day this year, I mean, last year was like the worst ever, and that's because of relationship stuff that happened briefly beforehand and kind of put a dampener on the whole season. But this year, despite that, it still just kind of sucked. So first of all, I guess our whole family wasn't together like we normally are. Like my two sisters have kind of like moved away now, so on Christmas Day we actually didn't see them. So the whole kind of like Christmas thing of, we got together, we opened our presents, all that sort of stuff, that just didn't happen. Well, it did happen, but it was only just me and my parents, so it was kind of, not a lot going on. And obviously, as you get older, you got less people buying presents for you, and you got less stuff going on and whatever. And also, getting presents becomes more of a task. Like, it becomes more of a like, oh, what do you want? You're so hard to buy for. And, man, it really takes away from the whole enjoyment of the season. Like, I don't know if there's a common theme with anybody watching. I'm curious how everybody of yours Christmas went. I hope it went well, of course. But it's not just a me thing, right? Where you just constantly get asked, like, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas? Oh, you're so hard to buy for. This, that, and all that. And it's like, look, I get it. I may not be, like, the easiest person in the world to buy for. But does it really take that much to just, like, look up a few things I like and then, like, go out of your way to try and find something? You know what I mean? Like, I know it sounds ungrateful, and I don't mean it that way. Like, I appreciate the fact that I get stuff in the first place, but, when I buy presents, a lot of the presents that I bought this year were, like, really enjoyed. Well, basically every present I bought this year was, like, it went out so well. And I was really happy, right? That it was nice that, I went out my way to get stuff and people were happy, but then it's a hard thing, and it feels like I'm, like, crying wolf, if you know what I mean. But, like, it's hard to feel that same sentiment back towards me. And I know it's not meant that way. I know it's not like oh, people don't care and stuff like that, or like, oh, they don't care as much or whatever. But it's hard to see, like, the presents and stuff that people have in their mind of me, or people's conceptions of me, or things I like or whatever, are truly, like, I guess, heartfelt. It's almost like Christmas and I guess birthdays and everything in general, it's just a system, right? Like, and I know it makes me sound so ungrateful, and I promise I don't mean it that way. It's just, birthdays, Christmas, all of it, it feels so, like, artificial. Because it's like, it's always, oh, okay, we get each other presents, like, a set few amount of people, like, I'll always buy all my family presents, of course, because I care about them a lot, that's, and then that's kind of it. But then, like, the stuff that actually, like, gets done, that gets bought, is, like, it feels like there's not, it's just kind of like oh, I need to buy them something, so I try and find something, and, oh, this is the best I can do, that's what, and I'm not saying I'm, like, free of that either. Like, you just sit there and be like, oh, what can I find? I have to buy them a present, what am I going to get? And, I don't know, I really wish I could just get something where it feels special again, like, where you get something and you sit there and are like, wow, you genuinely, like, you thought so well about this. Like, you genuinely thought about the things like, like, so me buying presents, right? I listen to what people talk about, what they want. I write down things that they mention, and I try and get that, you know, because that I feel that's how it should be done. And I know obviously I'm different, you know. I'm unique like every person is, but I just would appreciate, and it sounds so selfish, and I know I keep saying this, like that sort of stuff happening back, you know, like when families and stuff buy presents and stuff, like it's not. It doesn't feel special because it happens all the time, and it doesn't mean I'm not grateful for it, but it'd be nice for like something to, you know, break the chain and bring back that feeling of feeling special again, instead of it having to be like a whole, oh, what do you want this year and this and that. It can actually be a whole, oh, okay, let me think about, you know, what you actually might enjoy, you know. It's not just, oh, it's Christmas, so everybody messages you and asks what you want. It's Christmas, so people are like, all right, what am I gonna get this person? Let me think about it. Let me work it out, and then they get that thing. I don't know. I know I sound ungrateful. I don't mean it that way. I do appreciate getting stuff, but it hurts, and I guess it links into what I guess I'm gonna make the theme of this week. This kind of whole concept of being the person you want, and this is a weird one, right? Because I kind of thought of it, like, slightly last night, but, like, I kind of slowly were, like, thinking about what does it mean more. So, I don't mean, like, being the person you want to be. I mean, you should, don't get me wrong, you should be the person you want to be. But, I'm talking about being the person you want, right? So, at least the way I work, and this might say a lot about me, I don't know, maybe, I work off of, like, the basis of, I try my best to, like, do what I would want done to me, you know, like treat, you know, the sentiment, treat others how you want to be treated, that sort of thing. That's kind of how I try and work a lot of the time. I try and think of, like, you know, if something were me, how would I take that, you know, how would I deal with, if that thing happened to me, would I appreciate it, would I not, you know, would it negatively impact me a lot, etc. And I think it's a pretty good sentiment, you know, be the person you want, not just the person that you want to be. You know, if it, like, and maybe it shows my insecurities and, like, I don't know, me being sad, because I'm I like to think I'm a very, like, easy to reach out to person. I'm very, like, caring, you know. Some people do say it, but it's hard to truly, you know, understand if that's true or not. And you know, the reason, above all else, I mean, there's a multitude of reasons, but I do that because, you know, I think, alright, if I wasn't me, if I was, like, one of my friends, what would I want me to do? You know what I mean? Like, it sounds weird, but I feel like that's the best way I can put it. It's an interesting thing where I feel like, you know, it makes a lot of sense, and hopefully it doesn't. I don't think it'll mean anything bad about it. Does it mean something bad? I don't think so. I always see what I mean right here. I always second guess. We've been down this rabbit hole already, but I always second guess myself and always worry about, like, my intentions and the way I come across and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, Christmas happened, and I will admit, so basically we have this, like, thing, like, we always used to go to my grandparents for, like, Christmas Eve and, like, celebrate there. We can't anymore, unfortunately, because they passed away, but they always did, my grandma specifically always made this trifle, right? Like a homemade recipe. If you know what trifle is, like, I'm pretty sure everybody don't know what trifle is. I don't know why I'm trying to explain it. It's like a big bowl of trifle, and for some reason it always felt really special, right? Like, just a taste of it. It was always a seasonal thing, and I will admit, my mum, no fault to, like, my actual family, like, they are trying to do what's best. They just, you know, it's hard to describe. It's like that. I know they're trying to do what's best, and I appreciate that, and I will never sit there and be like, oh, I wish you would have done this or whatever, because I would never want to say anything that, like, upsets or hurts them. But, like, you know, I do wish in some cases some things were slightly different. Like, you know, we all have, I guess, issues. It's not issues, but, like, we all wish something could be perfect, and it's never going to be. But, you know, we always wish something could be exactly how we want it. And that's kind of the same with that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I know I'm rambling today. This video is very last minute. I was going to film it, and then I forgot to film it, and then I did something that put me in a really bad mood, so then I was like, man, I still have to film it, but it's not related to the things I've talked about. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the big thing is, you know, treat people how you want to be treated, I guess, is the thing to take away from this week, and the thing that I hope a lot of people, I'm not saying I assume, it's just me. I'm pretty sure this is how most people, like, operate. But yeah, that's like the main thing I want to talk about. But yeah, I mean, we did have some cool things though this week. You know, while I may not enjoy the holiday and stuff as much at all anymore. We did a lads end of the year quiz. We hosted yesterday. Well, I hosted yesterday, and that was a ton of fun. People really enjoyed that, and I do really appreciate that. But like everything, I get another thing that I always say is I used to like look at it way better. Was every like good thing has a bad thing, and every bad thing has a good thing, right? Like when something bad happens, something good will happen to equal it out. You know, you'll always be equal balanced. Now, I will admit I've kind of slipped from that recently because I feel like a lot of the time it's all negative stuff that's happening. But it is how I try to live most of the time. You know, I just like the whole, if something bad happens, just be like, you know what, it's fine, something good will happen because of it. Somebody actually commented, I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly who it was, some take on looking at life like that in a similar way, and I was like, man, that is a really good way to look at it. But yeah, we got some New Year celebrations coming up, going out to party-ish, and then literally the day after, the day of New Year, I'm once again, by the way, no updates on job stuff. Day after New Year, I'll be back on the job hunt completely, and this time I literally have like no money left, so I literally just need to find anything. So I guess that also jades kind of the whole holidays and everything in general. I'm just sick and tired of like a lot of things, to be honest with you. I'm so like drained of just like life right now. I have been for a while, and I'll be fine. Like at the end of the day, like I know that things will work out, but it's hard to sometimes, especially like right now, to have the big motivating thing when a lot of stuff just feels like it's against you, and things just never go the way that you want them to. Even the smallest things. There's always, for life right now, it seems, there's always a negative to every single positive, if there are any positives, and it sounds sad, I know, and I hate wording it like that, but, you know, I said I wanted to speak my mind on here, so that's what I'm doing. And, yeah, that's the state I'm in, and I have been for a while. Yeah, next year is scary. Oh, this is the last one of the year as well, because it is essentially a blank slate for me. I am essentially square one at everything ever. I've stopped content creation. Well, not completely stopped it, but you know what I mean. I don't have a job. I, you know, struggle with just various life things and just a lot of things. I'm just seeing in a bad spot at the moment, but you know, it'll work out. And as hard as it is right now, and as much as like recently I've been very much like, there's been times where I've just been like, man, I just, oh, I'm so done. It will work out, and even though I sometimes want to wallow in, I feel bad wallowing in my own sadness, but I feel like it's also good to kind of vent and get it out. Things will work out eventually, and I just gotta keep on going until they work out. Because they will. Somehow, some way, I'm sure something will save me. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all the support. If you are people, I assume everybody here is from my main channel. So if you've come over from that and are still really interested in stuff I have to say here and all that sort of stuff, I appreciate you. I really, really do. The fact that you enjoy this content. I hope you guys enjoy talking about your weeks as well. And hopefully the more positive stuff, the actual like advice sort of stuff that I give can help you guys as well. And maybe if you are having similar thoughts, similar struggles to me as well, you know, the goal of this was to kind of say that you're not alone. We all have these struggles and just kind of want to work ourselves out, and at the end of the day we just all want to be happy, and you just got to work out how you can be happy with, while also like having a sustainable life, you know, and having money and, you know, having a job and all that fun stuff. But anyway, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I don't think I'm gonna do a New Year like talking video this year. This channel's kind of taken that, so I probably won't do that, even though I kind of did want to summarize the year, but then again, I'll probably just be sad again, so I probably won't do that. But there is a New Year album coming out. I'm probably going to announce it literally tonight, so check out all my tweets and stuff. But that will be out on 4 PM on New Year's Eve. Hopefully you guys really enjoy that. There's been a lot of effort put into that, and hopefully people really, really do enjoy it, I beg. But yeah, thank you guys for all the support. I really, really do appreciate it, and I will admit, I don't know exactly how consistent content from me in general is going to become now. I am very much... I know I hate going back on promises, and I've said this in the past. And I did say I was never going to just outright leave content, and I don't think I will. But I don't know how life's gonna go. You know, I don't know. This new year is literally like a whole reset. Like it's essentially like I've started a new goddamn hardcore world. Like that's essentially what this next year is gonna be. And as much as my main passion and care comes out of entertainment and entertaining and content creation and making people smile, I just do not know where the next year will take me. So thank you guys so much for supporting. And if you are somebody, obviously, who is kept along with me for the long road, I really, really do appreciate it. And I know I can't really express the right words to say thank you for this year and any previous years you supported me and watching this video right now or any time anybody's ever supported me. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry for the rambling. I'm sorry for the sad themes. But I guess this is why it's called Behind the Curtain, because it's a good thing sometimes to speak your mind and, you know, not always hide all the emotions inside. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the New Year album and next year. And hopefully, I say hopefully, but I'm sure things will eventually look up. And this Celeste as well. It's not just me. Things will look up for all of you guys as well. Thank you guys so much, and goodbye.